What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. Please consider to subscribe and like this video. So today we're going to be talking about more and more pieces have continuously fallen into place regarding this whole Brock Lesnar almost match. If you recall, there was a report going around a few weeks ago that it was a Vince McMahon idea to have Brock Lesnar take on Omos. They actually just had their first confrontation this past Monday night on Raw. It was very short, it was very brief, but it it may have given us a preview of what we're going to get at WrestleMania 39 because Omos had put out his fist. Lesnar was like just laughing at him the entire time. And then they they went for a handshake. Omos wouldn't let go of the handshake, so Lesnar stomped on his foot. They separated, they clinched, and then almost botched tossing out Lesnar to the ring. Lesnar eventually, went over the top rope. There was security or officials or whatnot that came out to separate them. Lesnar said he wasn't going to do anything and just left. It was that. Anyways, there was a lot of pushback online from fans. Why is WB going with Omos of all people against Lesnar? Almost can't work, etc. And it was reported at the time that Vince McMahon came up with the idea of having Omos take on Brock Lesnar. Now, that was not obviously the original plan. The original plan was for Brock Lesnar to take on Steve Austin, of all people. They were trying to get Austin back for WrestleMania. They pitched him Lesnar, and thank God he didn't do that for neck reasons. They pitched him on Roman Reigns. Most recently, they pitched him on LA Knight. We'll see. And so anyway, Justin Barrios of Sports Illustrated kind of gave some more light on he shed some more light on the situation of why would WB pitch Omos and everything like that. Okay, so Lesnar was also pitched Bray Wyatt as well. Gunther at one point was pitched as an opponent for Lesnar. They went down the list. If you recall, in late 2022, as well as at what they ended up doing, which was at the Elimination Chamber, but essentially going into 2023, you had Lesnar and Lashley tied. Lesnar beat Lashley in the rematch at Crown Jewel, and Lashley beat Lesnar for the title at the Royal Rumble in 2022. So originally they were going to do Lashley and then Lesnar after the Austin match fell through and after the Gunther match fell through. According to this report, once they got to Austin, if I may have botched that. So they went through Gunther, and then they were waiting on Austin as I'm reading this report. They were like, okay, we're not going to do Lashley and Lesnar at WrestleMania. We're going to move that up. We're going to do that at Elimination Chamber. Then we're going to be able to do Austin versus Lesnar. Okay, great. And then Austin just didn't come to terms on a deal for the bout. He is reportedly someone that is willing to come back and wrestle one more time, but it has to be the right opponent. Lesnar's not that. And it has to be for enough money. And clearly, it wasn't that either. So they were like, screw it. We'll do Lesnar and Lashley as planned at the Chamber. Then we'll do Lashley and Wyatt at WrestleMania. And then Lesnar versus Omos at Mania as well. So that is that. And then, Omos just kind of came in and was like, here's your opponent, Brock. And they just went with it. So that's the situation in regards to that. So if that makes sense. We'll see what the match is like. That's all I got to say.